Yo, welcome everyone to another feedback stream. So today is a little different. Let me turn on my face cam here. What's up, everyone? Today is a little bit different because we are doing a different way of sending in your tracks. So today we're doing it so that everyone is sending their tracks in at the beginning of the stream rather than like beforehand and then during the stream. So that means that if you want to send in your track now, you can, and you have a better chance at being picked rather than if you were already in the Discord server previously. So, with that being said, let me pull up Discord here. Oh, also, if you're wondering what that song was at the beginning, this thing. That is a song that we made in a previous production stream. I saw somebody ask about that. So about the feedback stream. So if you want to join, if you want to submit a song, then join the Discord server. There's a link in the description. Submit to a feedback stream. We'll be going for an hour and 30 minutes, so that means we'll try to get through as many tracks as possible in an hour and 30 minutes as possible. If I don't get to yours, I do apologize. There's always the next week. This is for constructive criticism purposes only. So I'm not trying to hurt your track, or I'm not trying to bash on you as a person. I just want to help you improve your track, right? And these streams happen every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So like I said this one would be different. So I'm opening submissions in a second, for to send in your songs for feedback. And then you can send your stuff in all at the same time. It'll be open for, let's say, 5 minutes. And then yeah, it's a little bit of an experiment. This might stick around if you guys like it. If you guys don't like it, then we'll go right back to the old format. So let's open submissions. Alright, so edit channel. Alright guys, so if you I'm gonna open submissions here in a second. So that means if you're not in the Discord server already, you should join that and then open up feedback stream. The little green tab, the one with the green circle on it. Okay? Have that open. Then in a second, I will open feedback stream submissions so that you can send your SoundCloud links into this thing, right? And then we'll go through every submission in order. Okay. So with that being said, let me take care of a few things first, and then we'll open it right up. So one more time, we are opening submissions. So let me make sure I turn off read message history. Okay. Then, are you guys ready? I'm gonna open submissions in just a second. Okay. I'm gonna do a countdown from 10. So have your SoundCloud links ready. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Send in your songs. Oh, that's so many links. Oh, shit. Oh my god, I wish you could see this right now. This is hilarious. Oh, that was so many links. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Wow. You guys are some fucking dedicated people. Wow. Okay. We'll just leave those submissions open for a while. If you want to keep sending your stuff, you can. That was insane. It was just like all the links didn't even load in. It was just like a page full of just links, and then the preview showed up. That was so fucking funny. Oh. Okay. 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 So let's go through these. All right, let me open up the first link here. Jesus Christ, that was hilarious. Okay. Oh, I should have put a cooldown on it. That would have been smart, because that way you can't spam your link. All right, let me do that now. Excuse me. All right. Oh my god, I have to scroll so far just for the first link. Okay. So let me pull this one up. Okay. Here we go. Let me open up the next few links. Okay, so Yeah. So we're just gonna start. Hopefully nothing's like playing on accident. Okay. Thank you guys. I appreciate the burp rating. Okay. Let me put my Discord on my second stream. Okay. Alright, boys. So, at last, let's begin. You guys ready? Let's do some feedback. Yeah, okay. So, first up, we got Destiny with ID Moment. Let's go. So that little I am like out of frame. There we go. That little melody is like too wide, and it's causing it to like sound like it's behind me, which is not what you want. You want this to be like centered. So, I would recommend getting like I don't know how you do this in FL, but like get something to turn the width down and make it like almost mono. Maybe you could add like some ping pong delay to it to add the stereo width back, but it does not sound great when it's like behind you. Alright, there's a lot of high end in that sound, like a lot. So you want to make sure you turn that down a lot because it like hurts. So yeah, just get an EQ and you can literally just like take a high shelf and just turn it down. Oh yeah, so you said you turn the width up. Yeah, that's because unless you're using like a kilohertz plugin or something like that, because those are really good. Yeah, you're gonna get that. So like there's a certain point where the stereo becomes too much, and then that's when you get that weird effect. So, like if you're stereo enhancing it like all the way, then yeah, you got a problem. But like if you're just doing it a tiny bit and you're taking it from mono to like what the width you have now, I would just do it like I don't know 20-25%, something like that. So yeah, keep going. And also the clap is a little flat. Like there's with flat I mean like it's not like it isn't it's not that loud. So turn it up for sure, and I think you can also add some high into it. Actually, no, just turn it up. Yeah, it doesn't quite like punch through just right. But yeah, other than that, the sound design is pretty cool. Just a little bit of EQing, and then I think you'll be golden. So hold on, let me this. Okay. So let's go to the next one. All right, so we got Neutral with Skybreak comp idea. He says, "Lol, rip, didn't have time to finish it." Well, that's very unfortunate. Let's go. My voice lagging? Alright, very short and sweet. We got a little ad. Let's refresh. Okay, so that's a really nice intro. Only complaint really is like there's not really any like ambience, such as like field recordings, so like birds or like rain or something, whatever. Oh, okay, there's no lag. Thank you. So like if you added like let's say you want to, so you're kind of referring to Skybreak here. So let's say you want this to be like kind of a like you want to feel like you're in the sky. So you let's say you want some wind sounds. That would really like amplify your world building, and then that would help you like get this like really nice like ambience, and it'll just like beefing up like the entire sound without doing all that much. You know what I mean? And I'd also say like the drums here are like a little loud, but like other than that, this is really nice. I love the chords going on. I really like it. And this is really very solid track. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about it. It's like 28 seconds. But yeah. So let's go to the next one. All right, we got Sumik with ID. Let's go. It's nice. It says this song is work in progress. Oh, this is really nice. Sumik, you're so fucking good at music. This is really good, bro. Like this is like you're saying this song is work in progress. Well, maybe I don't know, but like, dude, it sounds so fucking good. What are you talking? Like everything here is good. I don't know, like this is like on point, man. Like you're consistently doing like insanely good music every time. Like this is like just fucking solid. And like I'm pretty sure everyone in this chat can vibe to this right now. Just like upset at how good this is. Like I don't have a single complaint about this song. Like, dead ass. Like you are insane, man. This is so good. Like, God. If you're not already like if you're watching the stream right now and you're not already following Sumik, do it now because he's just like the most probably the most underrated artist right now. He is so fucking good at what he does. I don't know, like, yeah, blows my mind, dude. You're really fucking good. This is really awesome, insane track. GG's. So yeah, go drop this man a follow because he's insane. But yeah. Oh, rip face cam. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, so we got Boxster with "Beat to Beat Someone's Ass," but the year is 2075 ID. That took me longer than it should have to read. He says, "Kind of want to add this in a future track. This is the weirdest thing I've made by far at Lamau." All right, let's go. Okay, this part, like where like I think you reverse the snare or you reverse something, it almost works. It's like yeah, I think you're reversing the kick, which is like I don't think you quite want. I don't think you want to reverse the drums. Like you could try reversing like hi-hats and stuff. Um, but like I would not recommend like doing like reversed like main drums, like kick and snare and stuff like that. But like yeah, other than that, this is really sick. But I think you just kind of like reversed everything actually. If I like, am I wrong? Like I think you just took the whole thing, like rendered it to audio, and just reversed the whole thing. I don't know if that's true or not, but like you know that if that's the case, you might want to just like reverse only the melodic stuff of it, or like the non-percussive stuff, and then just slap the drum beat over it. So try doing that. I think the snare works pretty well. Oh, you did reverse the whole thing. Okay. Alright, dude, this is really fucking sick. Like, I really like this. One little thing, I think you like, I want to see you try this real quick. Like, I want to see what this would sound like if there was just nothing but the drums kind of playing. Like, and also you could probably raise the volume on the hi-hats a little bit. I think this would sound really cool if you had like absolutely nothing playing at once. But that's just my minimalistic like self speaking, so I don't know. It's up to you. It sounds good as it is. It's not a complaint at all, but you know, you could try it and it might sound cool. But dude, this is really fucking cool. I like how weird it is. The snare is dope. I definitely like how like I don't know. It's like not really like anything that I've heard before, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, this is a dope track. Let's go to the next one. All right, next up we got Spacey with Wii U Color Bass. Let's go. Oh, that's pretty cool. One little thing is like, it's like kind of it doesn't really have like a solid call and response that I'm noticing. So like, if you're not entirely sure what I'm talking about, I'll just explain it now. Like call and response is like the act of like having one phrase of music repeat, have one phrase play, and then like have a different instrument or different kind of like phrase repeat after that, and that kind of like responds to the first thing, right? So if you're not, yeah. So like what I would do here in this situation is, so you have like this first thing, right, where it goes like, right here, right, like right after the second time where it goes like, "Woo," right, have like a different kind of pattern, maybe like a maybe add like a percussion sound or something with a resonator on top of it. I don't know. You get creative, and then just do something completely different than you've done before. Like different sound, different rhythm, all that. And then then you're creating call and response. So you have this first phrase right here, and then you're repeating it right here, or you're like responding to it here. So if you do that, then you get a really solid call and response. And then what you can do is you can like repeat that a few times, and then like you know do ABAC structure. If you're familiar with that. If not, you know it's like yeah, you look it up. And then that way you have better call and responses, more followable. But the sound design is good. I like the drums. You could probably do with a little bit more like cymbals and like hi-hats and stuff like that. But other than that, this is pretty sick. Yeah, I don't hear any other problems with it, so this is dope. Sick track. Let's go to the next one. I've lost my place in the feedback stream. All right, let me switch to face cam real quick. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna open like the next like 10 songs. Okay. Alright, there we go. Let's go back to this. Okay, there we go. Alright, so next up we got Solo Max with Banana Cream. Let's go. Ooh. Oh shit! What the fuck? This is really sick. This is really fucking sick. By the way, Zero Day, I didn't skip you. You're like up next. I have read message history turned off, which is what you're seeing. So you'll be up pretty soon. That's just to address that. Dude, this is fucking fire. Okay, this is really fucking sick. I love this. This is like the theme of this is so cool. I like it. The title Banana Cream goes so well with this vibe. It's just like. Dude, if you ever like finish this, like send it to me, bro. This is really fucking dope. I like this a lot. Like, this is just like fucking awesome. Like that is like the perfect way to describe this. I just like this a lot. This is sick. I have no complaints here. Yeah, I don't have a single complaint about this at all. Like this is just straight up good vibes. Like dude, that's why I like this so much. It's like written but with good vibes, and it's not like in a minor key. It's just in a major key, which is like really like just how has nobody really done that before? You know what I'm saying? Like or like just stayed on a major chord rather. Like this is just sick. I like this. GG's. Maybe you could remove the crowd ambience, actually, that I'm hearing it. Actually, nah, it works. It's like... dude, I don't know. I don't have a single complaint about it, really. Like, I'm just trying to find something to give you feedback on, but... yeah, I don't have a single complaint, so... G fucking G's. This is really sick. Send it to me if you finish it, yeah. So let's go to the next one. Alright, we got Spaceship with Timeless. Let's go.
Mastery over life and death was chief among my early pursuits. I began.
It's a little quiet already. You can definitely turn this up. You could probably sidechain the elements to the drums here, and that'll like make it just punch a little nicer. Like you can hear the drums just fine, but like it'll make it sound a little bit more like professional, if you will. I think here it could definitely use some ambience, and like the melody is also a little confusing. Like I don't really have like if you rewind a little bit, you'll like find the part where I talked to call and response. That was on Spacey's track. Um, Refer to that because like I'm not really feeling any call and response, and I don't know exactly what I'm like listening to. I'm not really getting like the melody like stuck in my head, if you will, like, and that's what melodies are supposed to do. So, um, I would definitely try to add some call and response here, and then that'll definitely help. Yeah, once again, everything is really quiet.
Emptiness of the void.
Yeah, so once again here, like you don't have sidechain, so definitely look into that. That'll help your drums like just punch really well. It's basically where like sidechaining is where what like when you have a kick playing or like just any sound really, but mostly drums, right? Um, you want that you'll have everything except the kick duck in volume and then come right back up when the kick is done playing, if that makes sense. Um, so like what then that way your kick just is like a clean hit and it'll just sound like a lot more like I don't know, like professional. You know, you can hear the drums way better, and in EDM it's super important to have that. So yeah, let's keep going.
Nightmare-made material.
And also the sub note is way too high. Like it's like um is that like a I think that's a C or something. But if like you should if it's like near like the range of like if we hold on, let me look up a piano keyboard here. Hold on, piano keyboard like graphic, sure. Um okay. Open image in new tab. There we go. Okay. Feedback. You can't see it. Shit. Okay. Let me do this. Okay. So, rip face cam. I don't know what's up with that. But if you have a sub, I would recommend not going near these notes, like right here. Like just keep in the range of like D, like all these notes right here, and like kind of stop like right here. Like this is kind of the range where you want to keep your sub, and then keep it on like the if you're using Ableton, it's like this would for example be D0, this would be F sharp 0. Keep it in that range, and then that'll like definitely help you like have a stronger sub. So I highly recommend doing that, and then your sub will just sit nicely. So let's go out of this keyboard graphic. Okay, there we go. Okay. Yeah, like G is probably the highest you should go, and then anything after that is like too high or too low.
Our creator must be put down. A setback.
Okay, so this like you have like
Our creator must be put down.
so in the background you have like these like brass one shots which are like they sit a little weird. It's like they're like in the background but like not quite. So like you want this like main screech to punch through, right? So like if you then have like brass shots behind it, it just doesn't quite fit well. And then in this part we're missing a sub, which you definitely want to keep keep the power.
A setback. But not the end of things.
But the sound design is pretty cool. It's just we're missing like the main elements that actually make dubstep hit hard. So I believe this key is C sharp minor, if I'm not mistaken, right? So you're on C sharp 1, which is like too high of a note for your sub to work, and that's kind of what I'm trying to say. Like, keep the sub going. If you can transpose it maybe a little bit, or like if you can't do that, just saturate your sub to bring in harmonics, which is just like something that you probably wouldn't really know about unless you're like more on the advanced side. But like you could saturate the sub and that'll make it a lot more thick. Let's just put it that way. And then you because of the thickness you can hear it better. Let's just put it that way. So you could do that, or the safe alternative is to just kind of transpose it up a little bit to like let's say E or something. That's always a kind of like a safe key. Yeah, and that'll definitely help it better.
This horror must be unmade. After all, evil is timeless.
Yeah, other than that, I definitely like the concept. I think just working on like the composition a little bit and like the mix would definitely just help this like improve as a track. Yeah. So next track, let's move into the next one. All right, so let me make sure my volume isn't cranked up all the way. So we got Fubo Binali. I hope I said that right, with Tenasite. I probably butchered that. I'm so sorry. Let's play it. Oh, we got an ad. Oh, we didn't get an ad. Oh. So this intro part is like dragged on for like quite a long time. Like what you've kind of like played this like during these first like 30 seconds ish is like kind of like the same, like it kind of repeats twice. And in this day and age, like everyone is kind of like impatient, right? Like me especially. I'm a very impatient man in this and like music, right? So I want to get to the point. I'm a very to the point guy, right? If you just cut this in half and just get like to this build up part right away, then like it'll be a lot more impactful. So yeah, let's keep going. And that's not that probably sounded kind of mean. I didn't mean for that to sound mean, by the way. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to kind of convey my point. Yeah, like here you could definitely cut this in half, just like slap this part here, and then what you have here, just also cut this in half, and then you can move on to the next section. The music theory is really cool though. Alright, so a few things, right? The first thing is the main bass is like the little like high end glitchy thing. It has a little too much high end, and it has these like really high resonant peaks that you should probably turn down a little bit. And you could probably also add like a bunch of risers, since this like I wasn't quite prepared for how heavy this was gonna hit. Like you need to like I think if you prepared this a little bit better for like what's about to come, then that'd be good, I think. And also that like clap has like a weird layer on it, which like I think you reverbed it out a lot, and that's kind of pushing it to the background, and not necessarily putting it on top of the snare, which is a little weird. Um, so like I would recommend either removing it, or like if you do have a reverb on it or something that's kind of putting it to the background, or like a delay or something like that, then I would take that off, if you really wanted to hit like that. But I would recommend just not using one at all, since like it works perfectly fine with just a clap. And this part also has like a really sharp high end. Like there's like one frequency in there that's like super high. If you just dip, like make a little dip in an EQ like right there, then that'll make that part mint. And right there, you should probably sidechain the piano. But also I wouldn't put a piano there in the first place. If you want to do like a melodic breakdown, then make it only melodic and not really layer like other basses on top of them without fading those basses out. Um, so yeah, we're going. So yeah, I would recommend like, um, if you want to do a melodic breakdown, like you brought in the piano, I would recommend like maybe instead of having the main bass that you had here, like play over top of this. I would instead have like a chord stack or like something of the likes, and then use that instead, and then have that play the same rhythm. That'll definitely like fill the space a little bit better rather than having like a screechy melodic or a screechy like um bass house bass or whatever. You could probably do it with some ambience right here in this section. This is a cool part though. Sidechain is also really strong here. Like you could probably tone it down a little bit. Like it's like too long in this section. And like especially with like how minimal the drums are, you don't really need that much sidechain. Guys, you can send in like release song, like it's like the reason the rule of no release songs is in there is because like you've already released it, so then it's like I can give feedback on it, but you won't be able to apply it to it. So you can send in your track. It doesn't matter to me. Like I just give feedback and whatever. But like the point of the rule is so that this like I want to give you feedback and not necessarily like um this isn't like necessarily for vibing to the song, right? Like this feedback stream, but that's probably why people send it in. So look, what I'm trying to say here, right? Because is you can send in your release tracks. It's just not my fault that like you're getting like feedback on a track that's already released. You know what I mean? So it's like completely up to you to send it in, but it doesn't really. It's not. Yeah, you get the point. Let's keep going. So the idea in this section is really cool. I really like the idea, but like it's like I think it's like, I don't know, there's something about it that's not quite sitting right, like I think the build up to it wasn't quite right. Like you need, if you want to do this, you need to have everything leading up to it like super like reverbed out and huge sounding, and then like you have a pause, and then you just make it like as dry as it is right now. And then also, if you want to do this, don't have any like ambience, right? And like the bass is also a little weird. Like there's like something in these gaps that like plays when there should be silence. Whatever that is, I would just cut that out entirely, because you want like for this to be like super impactful, you need to just not have any, like this needs to be as dry as possible. So this part just feels a little messy. And again, there's like a lot of just high end in here. Like it's just like I think the problem is that you have like inconsistencies in the bases. So like and with bases I mean like the weird like high endy things, right? So like those bases, they all have like different amounts of high end, and then when you're like kind of like switching between them, it like just doesn't sit quite right. Like you need to kind of find a way to equalize like all the bases that you have instead of having them be different loudnesses. Oh, that's cool. I like that major chord. I don't know about that chord, but the last chord that you had was cool, but I don't know about this one. That's just like, that just feels out of place at that point. But anyway, besides the point, this is a really dope track. I think if you just shorten some of these sections up a little bit, kind of remove some high end, kind of like try to get it equal in high end, and like, you know, a little bit more like dry overall, then I think you've got a really awesome track. But yeah, I like the ideas. I think just a better, like a slightly better execution could definitely make this an awesome track. So GG's. Let's go to the next one. All right, we got 0 Day with Task Manager V15, Halcyon submission. Ooh, okay, let's go. Oh. Oh. I don't know about that laugh. That laugh is like, because you have the bassist playing over it, it like kind of gets drowned out, and you only hear like the fundamental of her voice. Like it's like not very clear. Like you don't get that clarity that you would get if you had like a processed like pop vocal, for example. Like so I would recommend just taking off some elements, just having the sub bass playing or something, or finding a way to kind of still get that like melody going, but not have the called, you get what I mean, right? Like not having the elements in the way of the vocal. is some sick sound design though. Yo, I forgot to turn off my fan. Is it like sidechaining? Like the... Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me turn my fan down a little bit. Okay. Because... Hold on. Because I think it was like sidechaining the audio the entire time. And like... causing the audio just like dip in volume the whole time. I just noticed that. I hope that wasn't a problem. Okay. Sorry about that. Alright, let's go back. Yeah, again with that vocal, I can't understand what it's saying. Like, I just hear the fundamental of it. Like, I'm like completely clueless as to what it says. So you just work around it, and like if you're not like if you're like unable to like EQ it to fit properly, just take out some elements instead. Like you could do that. So like if in case like you work on this and like it doesn't work, then yeah. Oh, it says Control Delete. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Dude, this sound design though is fucking on point. I would bring those chords in a little earlier because that felt like the end of the song, and like it dips like too low in volume, I think. Holy shit, bro. I was not expecting that in the best way possible.
N.A.
Yo, oh my god, that was sick. God, bro. Yo, fucking sick, bro. This is a really fucking solid track. Like the only complaints that I have are just minor complaints that like are like 10-second fixes. And like this is like a really fucking strong track. You got a really nice theme going on here, and like I think it carries well throughout like each drop. Like the whole theme is like task manager, and like you control delete vocal. Like some vocals saying task managers and shit. Like this is really solid, dude. I really fucking like this. And this is really awesome. I was just nitpicking on the little like elements, but dude, this is solid. So GG's, bro. Let's go to the next one. Alright, so up next we got Riotnia with Anger. Let's go. I think there's a little bit of mud in like when that sub plays. I don't know if it's the sub necessarily. It just like there's like some kind of mud like rumbly noise going on. And that's kind of not like causing it to like sound a little not clean. It might be the little like acid base type thing that you have going on. That might be what it is. Dude, okay, since the last time I heard this is like really on point. This is fucking sick. I like this a lot. Some pads or ambience would be nice here. This is so dope. Like, this actually like really reminds me of like the 2014 like Complextro like electro kind of days, dude. This is really sick. Like your flow is really on point right now. Like my only complaint is that like the whole thing is a little bit muddy. So like somewhere I think you just forgot to EQ something, or something has too much rumble low end, so just cut it out. But like other than that, like this is sick. One like really one like small little nitpicky thing is like the little vocal is like I can only hear the resonant peak of it, so like try to make room for it by just like EQing out some like some parts and like other elements, and then that way it'll just stand out a little bit more, and like maybe also give like the vocal a tiny like high end boost. Like a really small amount, but like it'll just enough to kind of make it pop through the mix a little bit better. Dude, super dope track. Like, um, I've complained about it, like your tracks being a little too like long and dragged out, but this is good. I like it a lot. Like I think it's to the point. Like every section is like well defined, and you have like you're always switching it up and keeping it interesting. Super sick track. I really like it. GG's, and I don't really have much complaints other than it being like a tiny bit muddy and just some minor mixing things that you could change. But dude, GG's, very nice. Next up, we got Primal Rights with Dummy version 1. Let's go. Okay, one small little thing is like the Reese is like, well, it's doing what it does, right? Like Reesing. Um, but like it's like when the Reese starts, it's like pretty like at its peak, but then it kind of like slowly decays over time, but like not enough to where it's like an 808. Like it's like ever so slightly, so I'm not getting the full Reese effect. So I would recommend finding a way to kind of like keep that the same volume. Block is a tiny bit loud.
Good. I look forward to ending their lives as well. What?
No, just like ventriloquist dummy. Watch out! It's not. Keep it up. I don't know, just like.
Okay, so vocal samples are fucking on point. This is really dope. I really like this. One little complaint that I have is like, you use kind of the same sound through the whole drop. So I would recommend like kind of like right when this half starts, just like switching up the sound. Like so, let's say you're using a serum, maybe put it up an octave or something, or like do something to alter the sound of it a little bit. Because we're constantly getting that one single note, and then you're kind of like switching between it, but it just feels a little repetitive. So yeah, changing that up would definitely help with keeping it fresh.
Ventriloquist dummy?
Okay, one other little thing is like, you have like your drop is super fucking loud, which is I don't know how you're getting it that loud, but like I'm not quite prepared for how loud it's gonna be, so I would recommend kind of like adding a riser, like stack some more risers basically, and like make it like a little bit louder towards the end. Like it's good that your drop is louder than your build up, but like I think right now you're kind of it's like a little too extreme, right? So definitely build up to the amount of loudness that you have right now. So yeah, like once again for like with like the second half part, like you're just kind of repeating the same sound again. So again, just add some variation, and that'll just keep it fresh. Oh, and you're also clipping right there. Hold on. Right there, like that chord hit. Right there, in like the left ear, you're clipping. Dude, this is a solid track. Once again, like we have some fucking solid submissions today. This is really sick. I really like the drops and shit. Like, I like the use of the vocal samples. I think the like maybe it's like a little too memey. Like it works, but it's like maybe not. I don't know. Like so like the skibbity bop and bada vocal, right? That one is like um a little too funny, I think, to be in like such a hard hitting and like serious kind of sounding track. But other than that, I think it's a really dope track. So, GG's. Let's go to the next one. All right, next up we got Tryokin with Dubstep Thingy. Let's go. I think your snares are like faded in, like there's not really much of a transient to it. So that's kind of taking away from the punch of the drums. Like it really does, like if you're using Ableton, I don't know if this is like a feature that you have on or not, but like it's like it'll like sometimes just automatically fade in your samples. So if you're using like your drums as samples and shit, turn that feature off. Yeah, that's like taking away from the punch of the snare. I was a little weird. I was like kind of expecting like a tempo change almost, like maybe have like a hi-hat play over top of it that still keeps the 150 BPM like rhythm going on. These drums are sick right here. Okay, so I think so. The main thing is the drums right here. That's kind of bothering me. The rhythm drums are good because like it's a clap and you're layering with a kick, and the kick is fine. So that's good. But the snare needs to like be either different or like have a transient with it. So, yeah, and then like the sound design is pretty dope. I'm not sure about the brass like horn thingies. Like they don't quite work, I don't think, because you have like this like kind of dry-ish like sound design. And then you have these like huge brass one shots that kind of just come in out of nowhere. So I would either fade them out so that they're not like reverbing out, or I would just remove them altogether because I don't think they quite need them. But yeah. Other than that, sound design is sick. I don't know about the there was also like you have like an init preset or an init patch like layered underneath your sub or something, or you're using it as your sub. It almost works. But maybe try to get a different kind of gritty bass instead of like the saw wave thing. But yeah. Let me open the next like batch of submissions real quick. Let's see where are we at? Okay. Um. Okay, that should do the trick. Okay. Um. There we go. Feedback. Okay, so yeah, sick track. I would just recommend, yeah, like kind of balancing some things out. Like the dryness doesn't quite work. So yeah. Let's go to the next one. Okay, we got Dennett with future work in progress. Excuse me.
I know your love, it takes me higher. I don't need to see the signs. I know your love, it takes me higher. I don't need to see the sign. 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 I don't need to see the sign.
Okay, so one little complaint that I have right here is like
I don't need to see the sign.
when the chords stop, you don't have anything in the gaps. So like the flow is kind of interrupted, and you don't really have much to listen to. Like it's just the drums. So I would recommend adding something like maybe you could add like a little like future rhythm or a melodic rhythm thing in there or something. You can just add something in the gaps to kind of fill it in a little bit better. Um, because otherwise the flow is a little messed up.
I don't need to see the signs. I don't need to see the signs. I know your love, it takes me higher.
I'm also not entirely sure about like these like chords. Like the way they flow is just a little bit weird. It's like they're like they're going up in volume before the actual kick hits, which I don't know. It doesn't quite sit right with me. So like maybe do something like where it'll just hit kind of on beat, or like have it late. That could be cool too. But I don't know about early necessarily. So yeah, sick track. I just think like the flow could be a little bit better. The melodic vibes are definitely there. Like the chord stack is really sick. Um, yeah, I would just fix those little things and then yeah. Yep. Okay, let's go to the next one. So we got Furlight with JP2 Link version 8. Let's go. Definitely add some ambience here. And like make the piano louder. Scared. This is gonna hit like way harder than this. Yeah, this is sick. It's ambience. Yeah, a little too loud. Like the I was scared for the transition, which is not a good thing. Like this should all be like 10 times louder, right? Like kind of almost match this volume. And then also maybe add like a reverse crash leading into it. That way it's not so like abrupt. Oh shit! Oh, that flow is awesome.
Give us some. Give us some. Give us some.
Holy fuck. That was so sick. That sound design is on point. Like that is like perfect right there. Like that is so sick. Dude, something that might be cool to do is like you met that I can't talk. You made that vocal go completely dry right here. Like that's really sick. You could honestly probably just bring that straight into a build up and like I don't think anyone would complain. That would be really sick. Yeah, like you could easily just skip this section since we've already kind of heard it in the first part. Like, just bring it to this. Like that. Like that would work better, I think. Okay, watch your like stereo because it's like really wide and like almost too wide. Like, I think yeah, like right when that kick hits, it's like super stereo and then it kind of like comes in. So you hear that? So like, I would kind of I don't know what's going on necessarily, but like I would keep that just kind of centered a little bit wider, but. think you're a little bit muddy here. Like there's like a like I really like that you kind of capitalize on that mud, but it's like a little bit too much, I'd say. So like I would really slightly increase the low cut on like whatever you're low cutting, because it's like a little bit too much. Yeah, dude, super sick track. Like the sound design is just on point. Like very, very fucking sick. So I don't have much to say about this one other than just like minor mixing stuff and like just restructuring it, I guess. Yeah, really sick track. So let's go to the next one. All right, next up we got Winglet with How Did We Get Here? Wafers remix. Let's go. So this section kind of goes on for a little long, and then also the saw wave is like really dry, and like it's like not really fitting the vibe of like the overall thing that you've got going on. So like I would add some reverb to this, maybe some delay, and that'll like kind of help it blend in, like excuse me, work well with like the ambient elements that you've got going on. Yeah, this just goes on for like too long. You know what I mean? Like we're like 40 seconds in and we've like repeated the same section like 3 times. Alright, you guys were rating my burps. Thank you. I'm glad you rated it an 8.5 out of 10. Very kind of you. Alright, so we're missing like a lot of crashes here. So like you need you know, crashes or cymbals or whatever, that'll like really help like give some more high end to the whole track. And since you don't have that, it's kind of missing. That like reverb kind of fade through was a little weird as well. Like it didn't quite. It was like weirdly transition. It's like if you want to do a reverb fade like that, you gotta like abruptly cut it off right when like the new section starts. Yeah, same here. We need some like cymbals. And I think the drums are like clipping with the sub a little bit. Like I think the kick might be a little too long or something, and that's just like causing it to clash a little bit. Yeah, and some more ambience here would be nice, like pads or field recordings. And again, you could cut this in half, like Like we've had the same section kind of like repeat twice, but like you don't necessarily need that. We're kind of getting some crashes here. That's almost kind of what I'm trying to get at. But even these crashes are like a little like they don't quite have the high end that I'm like looking for. They're more like mid-high range kind of focused. So definitely get some like your standard old crash would probably work pretty well. Just make sure it's not like too in your face, and then you should be good. Again, we're clipping with the sub here. So yeah, you got some cool ideas here. Like I would just shorten this whole track up a bit because like it really this is not really like the kind of track that needs to be like 5 minutes long. Like I think the message of the entire song can definitely get across with like I don't know 3.5 minutes. You know what I mean? So yeah, I would like shorten these sections up. You've got some like clipping problems with like the drums and the cymbals, but other than that, cool track. Let's go to the next one. I'm gonna do 3 more, including this next one, and then we're gonna end the stream off, right? Plague Doctor Music. If you're in the stream, your link is not working. Just DM me your track with like the fixed link. Make sure you copy the secret link from SoundCloud, and then I can listen to your track. If not, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to skip you. So let's go to the next one for now. So next up, we got Cravey with ID. I think I said that right. Or sorry, Craxy. Oh, this is nice. Alright, I got your track up, Doctor. Oh, is this for the Skybreak contest? Because like I was gonna say that intro reminds me a lot of Skybreak because of like the crystallizer on like the piano or something. All right, so there's two kind of problems here. So we don't have a sub, which is like really important in like this kind of music. So definitely add a sub here. And also there's a lot of rumble coming from something. So like you probably have a reverb on like some element that has like some low end in it. Make sure to EQ that out around like I don't know 300 hertz is always a safe bet. And yeah, definitely add a sub there. Drums kind of get drowned out here a little bit because the like the snare especially is like a little too quiet for this section now. So I would just turn it up a little bit. It also kind of sounds like you have like an OTT on the master or something. Like the whole thing sounds like it's really compressed, and if you do have an OTT on the master, don't do that. Like there's like a bunch of problems that you kind of cause if you put an OTT on the master, but like the whole thing sounds like you have like a reverb with then some OTT after it or something. Like I can like show you like what that does in Ableton, because why not? So rip face cam, we're gonna have to fix that sometime soon. But let's say I have like a like, let's put a little melody, right? Let's do this, right? We got a nice little melody, okay? Let's put a reverb on it, and then like, if you then add an OTT after, I don't know if this is exactly what you did, but like, look, it sounds like pretty compressed, as to where normally it would sound like this. The difference, so like the reverb kind of gets so loud that it like overtakes it, and like the whole thing is just compressed, and like you could even see that in the waveform, I think. Like if we record this to audio from Serum like this, like you can see that the reverb like ducks in volume. Hold on. It'll like duck in volume but then like come back up, as to where without it would sound like this and look like this. Just kind of decay. So, you know, I would there's definitely like a problem with doing that. Like if you have an OTT after a reverb, don't do that, basically. Don't put an OTT on the master either. Like if you put an OTT on the master, what you're doing is you're like splitting the entire song into 3 bands, because it's multi-band compression, and that can cause like I think it's phasing issues if I'm not mistaken, but like there's some issue with like having the 2 bands, like the 2 frequencies like overlap. So unless you're virtual Riot, just don't do it. And especially if you're doing it at like 3% depth, it's like that's such a minimal difference, but like you might be causing issues that you can't really hear. So, you know, I would just not do that. I would advise not doing that. I don't put anything on my master personally, and I wouldn't really worry about it either. So yeah. Don't worry about mastering if you're like in like your early stages of producing, is the kind of moral of the story. And here we're also like the whole thing is like really messy. Like you have like several like layers of things going on, and like the song never reaches like 0 volume at this point. Like it's like it's just too much stuff going on, and like I do think that you have some kind of like OTT on the master or something. Like it's really like cluttering this whole thing up and like removing the dynamics of it. So yeah, otherwise you have like a nice melodic element. I do like that about this track. Like, it's obviously like Skybreak's. I'm pretty sure it's Skybreak's committee. I'm not too sure, but yeah, this is a dope track. I would just definitely try to like. There's like a lot of mixing problems here, and getting those resolved will just instantly resolve in like or result in a better track. So yeah. Okay, so I just saw someone say, can you review one drop of each submission? I like that idea. I did that in like the first, I think, feedback stream that I like ever did. Like I just did like I just started doing the first drop because there were so many submissions. That still went on for like 3 hours. So I might have to do that at some point. Because that like there's definitely a lot of people kind of like being left out right now. So if you guys want to do that, then like let me know. If you guys are down for that. But then that means like, you know, no second drops and stuff. But anyway, yeah. For now, let's go to the next one. All right. So we got Piranha with Barty. Let's go. Oh, that's sick. This is sick. Okay, dude, I really like how like, it's like purposely detuned, like it's like purposely goes kind of like sharp and then like flat or something. I would like kind of like maybe like tone it down just a little bit, like, I think it kind of goes like a little bit too much. Like if you're trying to emphasize it, then that'd be dope. But like, I don't know, like that right there. It's like maybe if you like finish like a phrase of like your thing, and then kind of like I don't know. I think just switching between tunings like this is like a little like dangerous kind of, because you're like, I don't know. It's just a little bit too you get what I mean, I think. So yeah. Anyway. I really like it though. This is really dope. Yo, I really want this to like just hit like completely dry at some point. Like you could kind of always have like some kind of reverb sweep going on, but like if I think if you just make this completely dry at these kinds of points, it'll like just hit so much harder. Like you always have some reverb sweep going on, right? So yeah, super dope track. I really like this a lot. Like this is like some really sick like stuff that you got going on. I think just like yeah, like I said, like a little drier would definitely help like make this a little bit more impactful in my opinion. But yeah, super sick track. Let's go to the next one. All right, so this is the last one for today. Uh, let's do it. So I like being an Ableton user. I recognize that piano like to the core. Um, so if you want to like, I would try to process that piano a little bit because or like use a different one, like use the Labs piano maybe. Because like I just recognize it too much and it sounds pretty robotic as well. So yeah, maybe try to use a different piano. Nice chords though. Okay, so if you really want to be like Hans Zimmer, this is Hans Zimmer. If you're not familiar, he's like a genius, right? Um, Something they tend to do with like cinematic music is they'll have like a common theme kind of playing through the whole thing. So like one of those things in like let's just take the Interstellar theme for example, right? They have that like melody like the dun, 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 you know what I mean? They have that playing through the whole thing. So if you do something like that, just have like one center like motif going through the whole thing, and then that way you've got like a really strong central theme. Also, like the whole thing kind of just repeats like several times, but like it's also not really a good thing that the like it's hard to tell when each section kind of starts. You don't necessarily want that, so like um I would just like try to do something different for each single like section because like you just kind of repeating it and like escalating it a little bit with like I'm assuming just like turning up the velocity for each like section or chord repetition. You're kind of like gradually building it up. Yeah, like it does need a little bit more instruments as well, I think, and like that would definitely help it make like it would help it feel very whole like that. Also, like one more thing is like I'm not really getting a chord progression here. Like I'm just kind of I'm hearing like just kind of a cluster of notes, and like the only real chord that I'm hearing is like the last one, like that one, like that, like this one. Like you can kind of follow the bass note with that, but like the rest is just kind of like this whole like stack of notes, but it doesn't really feel like a chord progression. So like once again going back to the Interstellar theme, like they just have a really Hans Zimmer just has like a really solid chord progression going through the whole thing. I would try to replicate something like that, like doing some sort of like chord progression that's like it just feel a little bit clearer. Okay, that part right there was like like that felt like it was gonna progress somewhere, and I kind of want it to, right? Like it definitely feels like a new section, which is like ideal because like we've been hearing the same thing for like almost 2 minutes at this point. Um, so I would recommend if you're continuing with this, like if you're gonna like finish it or something, then do something with that and like try to implement like this like motif, this like theme that like you should add in, right? Try to implement that with like different instruments like over this like kind of arp. Like just have that dun, 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 just repeat a few times and like have a loop with that maybe. Like do something with that and that'll definitely help. Yeah, and variations would just help a lot. So yeah. Um I mean I like the like I don't know, it's like the instrumentation is like dope, but it just like the composing part of it is like just a little like it's just kind of lacking a little bit. Like the chords can definitely like improve a little bit, like it's a little repetitive, you know. Um Other than that, I like the layering of it. I think it like definitely has potential. But yeah. So with that being said, that wraps up today's feedback stream. So I'm very sorry if you did not get picked today, or if you did not. If we, let me repeat that. Let me I cannot speak today, and I'm so sorry. All right, let's try that again. Okay, okay, I'm moving everything except what I want to move here. Okay, let me put this back. There we go. Um, I'm sorry if you did not get if we did not get to your submission today. There's always next week. The next stream will be on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time for a production stream. Um, thank you guys for sticking around. I just like forgot my outro and like the whole sequence that I say. Um, thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you guys for talking in the chat. I appreciate you guys. We peaked at like someone just said you can do it. Thank you. I appreciate the encouragement. Yeah, I don't know if I'll keep the submission system. It's like good for like the people that like tune into the YouTube like streams. It's a little bit more fair to them. Um, we'll see. I might make a poll in Discord or something to see like if you guys like the new system or not, and I'll probably go back to the old one to be honest. But yeah. Um. Anyway, so yeah, thank you guys for sticking around. Appreciate you guys. And next stream on Saturday. See you guys later.